Hey guys, I haven't posted in a while because of a couple of reasons. Well, actually, two main reasons. The first is we've been continuing the Amazon basketball tournament. I was thinking that it was only going to take up a week, 2 weeks max of my life. But this year, there are 29 teams. And in the beginning, I didn't really have high expectations. But, well, let me just give you a recap of the games that have gone on so far. So we went through most of our regular season games, and I have previous videos about those. We ended up finishing the group stage for our group 4-2, which meant that we were actually only the third seat and automatically defaulted into the lower bracket. This is a complete change from last year. Last year we were the first seed, but then we lost in the upper bracket and then went down to the lower bracket. This year we just started in the lower bracket. And what made it even worse is one of our best players, Jake, was only able to play for the first game. So we ended up recruiting this guy who we didn't know. His name is Kevin. And okay, long story short, it turns out that he's actually insane.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Bro, we had never played in the past, and we're just hoping that he would be pretty decent for our team. And he has turned out to be like the star of our team. He has a really interesting play style. He's left-handed. He can score floaters. He goes to the left, which is a little bit... I feel like people are less used to that. But when he shoots with his right hand for like three-pointers and farther away shots. So I think people get really confused by his style of play, but he's so good with his like footwork, and he is able to score his threes, and also is able to... he has like a really good layup package. But yeah, basically we start in the lower bracket, which means that we can't lose any games. For the first game of our playoffs, we ended up having a rematch with James's team, who was a team that we played in the lower bracket semifinals last year, and it was a super, super intense game. Basically, James is really good. He's like the LeBron of like Amazon. He is really good on his drives, but he also has like a really decent three-pointer. And they played the champion team on the upper bracket really tough the day before. It was a really close game, 16-13, and the next day they played against us. Honestly, it's been a while. Let me see what the highlights are for that game. All right, I do have footage of that game, so here are the highlights of the game. I'm just gonna try and jog my memory on what happened. Basically, our strategy was that Kevin was gonna really take up the bulk of the scoring. So instead, what I was gonna do is I was gonna try to guard their best player, James. Don't let him shoot any three-pointers because we do ones and twos, meaning that if you score a three-pointer, it counts as a two, which is a huge deal. Watching the highlights here, we're content with letting Jasper, who's like this their post player, score ones. We're content with letting Tsong, their other player, score ones. So basically, that's kind of what we're doing. I was just like sticking on to James the entire time, and oh my goodness, dude, that bucket from Kevin is actually crazy. Oh yeah, that's not a foul. That is not a foul. Nah, that's not a foul. David, who is the Yenzhige of our team, managed to bank in a three there. Played a really good defense on Jasper. Oh man, okay, I should. Well, yeah, kind of got cooked there, but he's been playing really solid defense for us this entire tournament. Basically, we just have this like really scrappy team, and we've been like running plays for each other. Basically, the plan was I set some down screens for Kevin, get him open so that he can get some shots in. Yo, look at that three. Basically for me at least, I was totally okay with like sacrificing my offense, let Kevin cook in the beginning, because we needed somebody to guard James because we lost our best defender in Jake when he said he couldn't play. So yeah, that was pretty much the game. I think we were leading pretty comfortably the entire way. James did end up making a couple threes at the end, which made the score pretty close, but we ended up winning that game 15-11. Game number 2. So at this point, I was actually supposed to be on call this week. I ended up swapping with one of my colleagues to the following week, and the next team we're supposed to play is definitely one of the strongest teams in the tournament. except for one problem. One of the guys, he's a really good friend of mine. His name is Ricky. He is really good, but he injured his knee during the group stage of the tournament, so he's out for the entire tournament. And then their other really good player, Nadar, is sick with COVID, so he is out as well. But they still have this like really, really big 7-footer who we have to guard. And then the sub that they got is actually really, really, really good, as you can see. So I'm going through like some of the highlights here, and oh my goodness. Yeah, at the start here, I just remember them, like, they made this, oh yeah, he made that bucket. Oh, okay, yeah, I got cooked there. Wait, was that me who got, was that me? Let's see, that might have been me. Yeah, so we let David guard the 7-footer, and oh yeah, that's me who got cooked there. David scored some crucial buckets for us. That's a tough bucket from David against a 7-footer. And then yeah, our entire plan was, we didn't really have a game plan for this game because we didn't really know how they played. What we ended up doing is we just kept fouling their center. I think by like minute 2, and it's a 12-minute game by the way, by minute 2 we had already accumulated like 6 fouls, and then by like 4 or 5 minutes in we had already had like 10 fouls, and after 10 fouls apparently it's like technical free throw or whatever. Oh, there's a nice driving kick to Kevin. In this game we had pretty good balanced scoring. I think I scored like 3 3-pointers, and then the last 3-pointer I kind of like banked it in, so kind of sketch, but like basically we had a comfortable lead throughout. I think we were leading like 12-4, and then near like the latter half of the game we just kept fouling the 7-footer, and he was like missing his free throws, so it was basically like hack a Shaq for the entire rest of the game, and we ended up winning 16-10. In game 2 we probably fouled them like 15 to 20 times just because we didn't really have anybody to guard their big center, so we're just playing like, and plus we had the lead, so we just figured we would just like foul them so that it would just like waste time.
The team you're playing next is going to play. You can draw fouls against GA.
If that was any indication, the third game of this week was literally just like a foul war. Okay, honestly, I'm watching this footage back and I'm like hella mad because, like Ricky was commentating on this game and he was filming, so apologies for the, tilted footage in the beginning, but he was filming this, and bro, they were hand checking like every single possession. Now, of course, we have David and me, and we kind of like foul a decent amount, and we pull legal screens, but literally their hands were like on my stomach the entire time, and I think they made a mistake, to be honest. Basically, I think they did really well guarding me, because when I drove, like if you look at some of these clips here, when I drove, they always had like 2 on the ball. Basically, it was almost like a hedge, and then they would have like the other guy recover to David, and I could never make that pass to David, even though there were like a whole bunch of opportunities for me to do so. I mean, the one time where I was able to make the pass to David, we did get like a really good shot. David then passed out to, I have the behind the back pass to David, and then Kevin had a really good wide open 3. I think what happened was that in the previous game on Tuesday, they were watching our game and they saw that I made a couple of 3s, so I think they really didn't want me to get off. But the problem is that they didn't really understand Kevin's game, so we did dribble handoffs all the time, and every single time we did a DHO between me and Kevin, they would always leave his left hand open, so Kevin caught so many points off of that. And then Kevin also made a bunch of 3s as well. In the end, it was a really close game. We won 12-9, and me and David got a grand total of 0 points. In the beginning, I was like, damn, me and David got like 0 points this game. We didn't do anything to help Kevin. But then when I watched this footage back, I'm actually not too unhappy with how things were going, because, David shot a couple shots, didn't go in. That happens. I shot a couple shots, didn't go in. But the main thing is like whenever I drove or like we drove, they were putting like 2 on the ball. But when Kevin drove to the left, they didn't actually guard that side. So I think overall, I'm not actually that unhappy with how things went. And I mean, obviously Kevin, our star player, was doing so well, so we're just gonna let him cook for sure.
Hey, look who's here.
It's my best friend.
Yo, no way. Oh!
Goodness. Goodness, all 6.
That's a mismatch. I don't know why they. That's push. Foul.
You don't do that.
You don't do that. That's fine. No way, bro.
Oh,
bro.
I just got waivers, bro.
Yo.
Highlight will be all at that.
Oh, yo, George is actually boxing out, putting in work.
It's at 7 now. Okay.
Oh
my
god!
That's
Bombs
too young.
away! Pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball! Oh no, no way, no way. Oh.
I think he's all 9.
He has all night, yeah. George, get out of the way! Bro, there's a reason they're letting everyone shoot except for Kevin, guys.
Ref doesn't call us not a foul, right?
Yeah. Oh, out to Kevin, out to Kevin. Yo, come on, ref, what is that? No!
Somebody translate.
Don't foul anymore. That's actually what they said. Oh.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I was kind of hoping that we would lose earlier because this is just like taking over my life. The top reason why I haven't been posting videos is because of this. And also, I have my schoolwork, which I'm literally so behind on. And we had like a final exam last weekend, and I was literally studying last minute, pulling all-nighters to like study for that. Because the other problem is that on weekends, I have the Switch 2 now. I've literally been playing. Okay, I'm pointing to that, but talking about is this thing right here, the Switch 2. I have it set up with the controller right now. But bro, I have been playing the Switch 2 so much, and in the beginning, it was because I wanted to become like a decent Mario Kart player, so I wanted to grind to 8,000 VR. But now that I'm at 8,000 VR, my like growth has like steadily been more stable because I'm trying to like get better. But the problem is getting from 8,000 VR to 9,000 VR, which is kind of like their ELO rating, is way harder from like 3,000, which is where you start at, to 8,000. And the main reason for that is it's kind of like ELO rating. In the beginning, it's really easy to win races because you're playing against people who are maybe not that good or beginners in the game. But when you get to the 8,000s, people are actually like already semi-pro. And then when you get into the 9,000s, people are like pro players playing competitively. They have like lounges where they like have like a different like point rating system, because once you get into the 9,000s, players are really, 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 really good. These two things have derailed all the AI projects that I wanted to do and all the schoolwork that I've been trying to do. And when I think about it, like, bro, this basketball tournament, at the end, like, even if we finish, like, in third place or, like, second place, like, we're only gonna get, like, what, a $20 Amazon gift card? So, like, the ROI on this, like, I'm spending so much time on this, but, like, not actually getting that much in return other than, like, being, like, other than, like, an ego thing. But yeah, this last game was hilarious because my friends were commenting on that, and we were getting roasted for the fact that like Kevin was scoring like every single point. But now it is Thursday night, and well, there's a couple things happening. On Saturday, I'm going on a hike, so I really need to finish my score project with my team. So I basically only have Friday night to do it, and I'm kind of screwed for that. The only problem is that we were supposed to play today for our last lower bracket match. We're technically in the top 4 now. We need to play one more lower bracket match against the 2 lower bracket winners, and then we played the loser of the winner bracket match, which already happened. It happened right after our game. I didn't get any footage, but it was such an intense game. The top 2 teams are definitely way better than... Okay, I wouldn't say way better, but the top 2 teams definitely have players that are like next level compared to the lower bracket 2 teams. I think we have like pretty good players as well, but like, man, their upper bracket game was super, super intense. But basically, there are at most 3 matches remaining. Our lower bracket final, then the final between the lower bracket winner and the upper bracket loser, and then we play the championship depending on who wins in the final. So the upper bracket winner has already booked their ticket to the final, and we basically need to win 2 matches. Honestly, I'm happy with top 4. In the beginning, I was just hoping to get out of the group stage. I honestly did not have huge expectations. To be honest, I was hoping we wouldn't get this far so that I could like get my life back. But now that we're in the lower bracket finals, we did not expect this, and our teammate is currently on a flight to Toronto. So yeah, there's that. We only have 2 players now. And yeah, we're kind of cooked because we don't have a sub. We tried to get Jake back, who is my teammate from last year, and he is really, really good. But we kind of replaced Jake with Kevin because he couldn't make the 520 games. And I don't know, I feel like people are going to be really upset if we bring Jake back, because then we'll have 5 players who have played on our team so far, and technically the max you're supposed to have is 4. And the other guy, okay, they're not gonna watch this video anyways. Just keep this a secret, please. But basically, what happened is the other guy on our team. I really like I think he's a really good player. He can shoot, he can dribble. He has a pretty good mid-range shot, and he has like a much better like shot form than I do. The only problem is that okay, I don't want to throw anybody. Okay, I don't want to throw anybody on the bus, but some people on our team feel like he doesn't really pass the ball. Like he's kind of like a ISO Kobe type player, and I'm totally cool with that. The only thing is that he also hasn't had time to come to any of our games. So the thing is like I don't really know. Like I messaged him yesterday and he didn't respond back to me. So I don't really know if he can actually show up to that game. And honestly, I feel like we could work it out by just like talking to him and stuff like that. So I'm trying to like keep it together. But yeah, basically we're kind of screwed. The other problem is that remember, I swapped my on-call shift for next week, meaning I'm going to be on call next week. So regardless, if we win the game this week, I'm also kind of screwed next week because I'm going to be on call. Also, we were supposed to play today. The only reason we didn't play today was because it was raining. And I was like, thank God, we definitely need a break because we played like for 3 days in a row. But yeah, that has been the tournament so far and why I haven't been posting. I really need to get to my homework today, so I'm going to work on that for the rest of the day. But I promise we'll go back to somewhat normal posting schedule where I start doing more of my AI projects as soon as this freaking tournament ends, which most likely will be the next game. They were the group winners for our group, and they are actually quite good. So most likely this next game is probably going to be the end of our tournament journey. But I did say that like 3 games ago as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. See you guys in the next video. Peace.
Well, we should have finished third in our group.